empty and desolate places have always sparked my curiosity. These are stories hidden behind walls that were once full of life, but have grown silent over time. When I explore these places, I feel the joys, pains, and hopes of the people who once lived there. Every empty home, every broken window touches my heart deeply. These stories are not just physical remnants, but reflections of human emotions and the ups and downs of life. Come, let's uncover and understand these stories together. If you enjoy forgotten stories and the hidden world of abandoned places, make sure to subscribe. There are many more unbelievable journeys waiting for you. 1. Prypiat, Ukraine. The ghost city of Chernobyl. Prypiat, Ukraine, was once a vibrant city full of life and hope. Built in 1970 to house the hard-working people of the Chernobyl nuclear plant and their families, it was a place where dreams were being built alongside modern buildings and bustling streets. People laughed, played, and lived their everyday lives, never imagining that everything would change forever. It's heartbreaking to think about how quickly this city was ripped away from its people. Then came the 26th of April, 1986, the day the world changed. A massive explosion at reactor number 4 sent deadly radiation into the air, turning Prypiat from a lively town into a ghost city almost overnight. The government had to act fast, evacuating tens of thousands of residents within just 36 hours. Can you imagine having to leave your home with barely any time, knowing you might never return? Since that day, Prypiat has stood frozen in time, empty streets echoing with memories. Abandoned playgrounds that once rang with children's laughter now silent and overgrown. The haunting stillness of the Ferris wheel and deserted schools reminds us of lives paused abruptly. Stories left unfinished. Walking through Prypiat must feel like stepping into a dream or a nightmare where time has stopped, but the emotions linger deeply. What strikes me the most is the silence. It's not just quiet. It speaks. It tells of loss, fear, hope, and resilience all at once. There's something profoundly human about a place abandoned yet full of invisible stories. Even today, scientists study Prypiat, trying to understand the long shadows cast by that fateful explosion. But beyond the science, Prypiat stands as a reminder, a warning and a memorial of how fragile life can be and how quickly everything can change. This city may be empty, but its story fills the heart with a mix of sorrow and awe. 2. Hashima Island, Japan. The Concrete Island. Hashima Island, also known as the Concrete Island, was once a small island in the Sea of Japan where life was at its peak. This island developed in the 1852nd for coal mining, and from the 1952nd to the 1972nd, thousands of people lived here. The people, with their hard work and spirit, transformed this tiny place into a small world of its own. Imagine a place where people lived out their everyday dreams, spent time with their families, and built their lives within a small space. But as the world's energy needs changed, the demand for coal began to decline, and alternative energy sources made this industry obsolete. After mining stopped in 1974, Hashima Island was completely abandoned. People left everything behind without looking back. It's painful to think that when people spend their whole lives in one place, suddenly everything ends, and they leave their homes like a ghost town. Today, Hashima Island is home only to golden old buildings, crumbling walls, and silent streets. This place is a symbol of humanity's ups and downs, where life and death, hope and loneliness exist in a strange balance. Those buildings now only echo memories that once held the colors of life. Exploring this island gives a strange feeling, as if you've stepped into the middle of a story where every corner hides an old tale. This place feels not only physically abandoned, but also empty of emotions and stories. Hashima Island reminds us how fragile life is, and how everything can change with time. 3. Kolmanskop, Namibia. Deserted diamond town. Kolmanskop, Namibia, was once a small town famous for its diamond mines. Founded in 1908 by German settlers, it was known for its grandeur, large mansions, luxurious cinemas, and facilities far ahead of its time. Imagine a place where people chased their dreams, built their lives through hard work, and hoped for a better future for their children. But as the diamond reserve started to run out, people slowly began to leave the town. The desert sands of the Sahara gradually claimed Kolmanskop as an uninvited guest. Today, the once grand mansions and cinemas are buried beneath the shifting sands. Think about a town that was once full of life, now swallowed by the desert, a lonely story frozen in time. Today, Kolmanskop is a ghost town where every corner hides signs and stories of a past life. This place is not only physically abandoned, but also carries the hopes, joys, and sorrows of the people who once lived there. Kolmanskop reminds us how fragile life is and how every moment in time is precious. As you explore this town, you don't just see old buildings, you feel the stories of happiness, pain, and hope that once filled these walls. Those sands are not just dirt. They hold the dreams and stories of a time now alive only in memory. For Varosha, Cyprus, the abandoned beach resort. Varosha was once a famous beach resort in Cyprus, attracting visitors from all over the world to spend their vacations. Until the 1972nd, this place was known for its stunning beauty, clear seas, and luxurious hotels. Families, couples, and tourists would come here to enjoy their time, have fun, and celebrate the joys of life. Imagine a place where every day was filled with laughter, children playing, and people enjoying their holidays. But in 1974, due to political conflicts in Cyprus, Varosha was suddenly closed off. People left behind their homes, hotels, and everything they had built in their lives, never to return. Varosha became an abandoned city where time seemed to have stopped. It's heartbreaking to think that people had to leave the best moments of their lives and their dreams behind because of political strife. Today, the silent streets and shuttered hotels of Varosha stand as witnesses to old memories. This place is not just physically abandoned, but also holds the emotions that once lived here: pain, hope, and waiting. Varosha shows us how the most beautiful moments of life can sometimes break so easily. Looking at this city, you feel that it's not just a place, but a story. An unfinished story where people left behind their most important moments. Every silent corner reminds you of how life once beat so fast here. 5. Centralia, USA. The burning ghost town. Centralia, Pennsylvania, was once a small but lively town. It was known for its coal mines, and generations of families lived here, working hard and building their lives with hope and pride. The streets were full of children's laughter, neighbors greeted each other warmly, and the community felt close-knit and strong. Imagine a place where every corner held a memory, where childhood games were played in open fields, and families gathered after long days of work, sharing stories and dreams. But everything changed in 1962. A fire started deep underground in one of the coal mines. What began as a small flame turned into a relentless blaze that burned unseen beneath the earth. The fire continued to spread slowly, releasing toxic gases and smoke that seeped into the town above. Just imagine the fear and helplessness that the people of Centralia must have felt, knowing their homes were being slowly consumed by something invisible and unstoppable. As the years passed, the smoke thickened and the ground began to shift. The air became dangerous to breathe, and the government finally stepped in to evacuate the residents for their own safety. One by one, families packed their belongings, leaving behind the homes they had built, the schools their children attended, and the streets they knew so well. It's heartbreaking to think about the weight of that decision to leave behind everything you love, the place you call home, with no clear hope of ever returning. Today, only a handful of people remain in Centralia. The once bustling town is now a ghostly reminder of life interrupted. The streets are empty, smoke still rises from cracks in the ground, and houses stand silent, telling stories of loss, courage, and resilience. Centralia is a living testament to how quickly life can change, how a single spark can alter destinies, and how the human spirit endures even in the face of disaster.